I was sitting on the edge of my bed with a bottle and a Bible in my hands, talking to the ceiling like a desperate man who didn't know how much more he could stand. I had a heart full of trouble and a house full of things I couldn't fix, bills stacked up on the kitchen table, and a goodbye still burning on my lips. I looked in the mirror that evening, didn't recognize the man I saw. Every road I'd ever taken seemed to lead me farther from it all. So I fell down beside that old bed, didn't have the words to pray, just whispered, God, if you're listening, please don't let me lose another day. And somewhere underneath the silence, when my strength was almost gone, I felt something like a sunrise, where the darkest night had been all along. He heard my cry when nobody called. He caught me when I couldn't stand tall. When I was drowning at the bottom of the night, he reached down and pulled me toward the light. I thought I'd been forgotten, thought heaven had turned away, but mercy came knocking at the end of my worst day. I didn't see him coming, but he was right by my side. When I cried out in the darkness, he heard my cry. Next morning, nothing looked different. Same old truck sitting in the drive, same cracked window in the kitchen, same long road waiting outside. But something in me had changed, like a weight had slipped from my chest. I still had questions without answers, but somehow I could finally breathe again. I called my little brother, said I'm sorry for the years gone by. He said you don't have to explain it, I'm just glad you called tonight. And I learned sometimes a miracle don't come wrapped in flashing lights. Sometimes it's just another person showing up at the right time. And I still walk through the shadows, still stumble now and then, but I know I'm not walking lonely like I thought I was back then. He heard my cry when nobody called. He called me when I couldn't stand tall. When I was drowning at the bottom of the night, I've watched good men lose their way. I've stood beside an empty chair and wondered what there was left to say. I've carried guilt like a chain around my neck. I've run from grace more than once, but every time I thought the road was over, somehow He showed me there was still one more mile to run. Maybe faith ain't never being broken. Maybe it's knowing where to go when you're too tired to keep believing and you've got nowhere else to turn. So if you're sitting there tonight thinking nobody knows your pain, lift your eyes above the darkness. You ain't calling out in He heard my cry when nobody called. He called me when I couldn't stand tall. When I was drowning at the bottom of the night, He reached down and pulled me toward the light. I thought I'd been forgotten, thought heaven had turned away, but mercy came knocking at the end of my worst day. Now I know I'm never alone, no matter how far I run. There's a hand reaching through the darkness. There's a Father waiting for His Son. I didn't see Him coming, but He was right by my side. When the whole world went silent, He never left my side. I fell down broken, and He heard my cry. I was sitting on the edge of my bed with a bottle and a Bible in my hands, talking to the ceiling like a desperate man who didn't know how much more he could stand. I had a heart full of trouble and a house full of things I couldn't fix. Bills stacked up on the kitchen table and a goodbye still burning on